Erev Tov Rabotai. Now that we have the 9 days, B'ezrat Hashem, there's a few things that we need to know. We already spoke about several things, about eating meat. We talked about that. Now let's talk about a little bit about buying new clothing, right? Or sewing new clothing. So it says in the Shulchan Aruch that a person is not allowed to buy new clothing or to sew new clothing during the 9 days because of the avelut that we have, So, so what is that talking about? It's talking about, if you don't really need it so much for this time, you don't really need it, you're just buying it, for pleasure, for joy, something like this. So this you're not allowed to do, like for instance, you buy a new suit, right? You don't have any suits in the closet, you have to buy a new suit now? So you have suits in the closet, Baruch Hashem. You have a few of them, right? So use those, what do you need a new suit for now? This is not the time, what I mean? This is the thing. So a person shouldn't do that. I'm sorry.
Big discount, that's why.
Big discount. Why big discount? Why? Yeah, we have to talk about that. We have to mention that, what you're talking about. It's true what you're saying. So I'll explain now a little bit what that means, right? But what you are allowed to do is, to fix something. Let's say like a button fell off, the suit or something, or got ripped, so you can sew it up or put a new button, This you can do. You're just fixing something old, that's okay. You can do that. But to buy new things, no, we don't want that, right? Also the same thing, to buy, let's say, new shoes, right? What do you need now? You don't have any shoes in the closet, but now you have to buy new shoes all of a sudden, in the 9 days. Wait till after, and then buy, but here's I'm sorry? Exactly, yeah, of course. So, but, I have to tell you one thing though. Let's say, for instance, for Tisha B'Av, you need shoes, which are not leather. You're not allowed to wear leather shoes on Tisha B'Av. So if you don't have something like this, let's say it ripped or something, whatever, so you can buy, for Tisha B'Av shoes, which are not leather. But if you already have, so you used it last year, you used it on Yom Kippur, you used it on Tisha B'Av already, so why now buy a new one? For what? You already have one, so you use the one you already have. Right? That's the thing, that's the way it works. Because of the avelut, right? Again, same thing, So we don't want to do things like this during the 9 days, it's because it gives you simcha to buy something new, And also when you buy a new suit, you have to make a bracha, right? Shechianu, So what you want to make a shechianu on the 9 days? It's not proper to do that, right? That's another problem, So because of all these things, right? We don't want you to buy new stuff, right? Unless you need it, right? One time, somebody asked me, am I about to, let's say his lease, right, for the car is over, So now he needs to get a new car, new lease, right? Another 2-3 years, can take a new one. So they asked me, my lease is up now. Can I get another one, or do I have to wait or whatever? So the answer is, if you need the car, you need to drive to work, and they're going to take your car, the lease is over, right? They're not going to give you anymore this car. They're going to take it from you, right?
You're going to wait like a week?
Well, if you need it, listen, I gotta go to work tomorrow, you know what I mean? I can't wait a week if I don't have a car, So that's the thing, if you don't have a car to drive, and you need to, make at least a new car, in order to, to get to work or whatever it is, right, to do your things. So you can buy a new car. It's not really a problem, because you need it. It's something you need, Also, there was one lady, who asked me, she says, my bed is like in bad shape, like broken, something, whatever, I need a new bed, a new mattress, whatever, whatever it is. So I told her, I said, you can buy now, no problem, because you need it, you need a bed to sleep on. What's the big deal? That's not something for simcha, it's not this kind of a thing,
You don't say shechianu when you buy a bed, no?
What do you say? Okay, I think you're doing the right thing. You don't have to, you don't have to make. The truth is, that according to halakha, you're supposed to make shechianu when you buy new furniture. It's true, But now the minhag is not like this. People don't make shechianu anymore. But they only make shechianu for certain things. You buy a new suit or something. I'm sorry.
On new perot.
Right, perot. Yeah. So that's the thing. So the perot. Like, the truth is that all the 3 weeks, we're not supposed to make really shechianu on the perot. But they say, if you have a new pri that came out, right, something new, right, and you want to, so you can do it on Shabbat. That's you can do. On Shabbat you can make it. Because Shabbat is no avelut on Shabbat, On Shabbat we're doing everything, right? Singing, right? Drinking wine, we're eating meat, everything. And there's no avelut on Shabbat, So on Shabbat you can make shechianu if you have some kind of a fruit like that.
Rosh Chodesh, you still keep Avilut or only on a Shabbos?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Are you still keep Avilut on a Rosh Chodesh or only on a Shabbos?
Yeah, so on like Rosh Chodesh Av, right? You're talking about Rosh Chodesh,
Only Rosh Chodesh.
Oh, you mean Avelut for a person who passed away? Yeah, we do keep Avelut on Rosh Chodesh. We do. Yeah, yes.
If it's not Shabbos, you have to
Right.
stay in the
Only Shabbat and Yom Tov we don't keep. Over there from on the outside. Right outside. But whatever is inside, people don't see. You keep. Right? It's like this. So it depends. What kind of things you're doing. Right. On the outside, you have to show everybody that you're not doing Avelut on Shabbat.
Rabbi, what the question was? Again, what question?
His question was, do we do Avelut on Rosh Chodesh?
Any Rosh Chodesh?
Yeah, in Rosh Chodesh, right? If a person passed away, a relative, whatever, he's talking about that, right? Yeah, talking about that.
sometimes 7 days, during 7 days, sometimes...
Yeah, sure, yeah, of course.
So it just goes away.
Yeah, so it doesn't say anywhere in the halakha, that we stop Avelut because of Rosh Chodesh. No such a thing like that. It doesn't say anything like that, yeah. So, yeah, that's for sure, yeah. Okay, so that's the story, right? So now we understand a little bit, right? So you can buy, if you need a new bed, as we said, right? You need new shoes for Tisha B'Av. You have nothing else to wear. You can buy something like that. No problem. We're not talking about that, right? That's not the issue. So things like this you can take. So it really depends on what it is, You should ask a rabbi, and he'll tell you what's allowed, right? What's not allowed. This way you don't make any mistakes, right? Okay, good. So we understand that a little bit. So let's talk. So you asked me about a good question, right? I want to deal with this before we go on. Regarding, like he's right, like sometimes there's a sale, so the price is now low, right? So so are you allowed to buy now new clothing, because it's a sale? So what's going to be if you wait till after Tisha B'Av, the sale will be over, right? So you're going to lose, right, $50, let's say, right? I don't know, whatever, right? $100 you're going to lose, So are you allowed to? So the truth is, the poskim say you are. It's allowed. Why is that? So we learned this from Chol HaMoed, just like Chol HaMoed. There's also halakha like this of Chol HaMoed, that you're not allowed to buy new clothing on Chol HaMoed. But if there is a sale, right, and it's going to be over after the holiday, you can buy. So same thing over here. They say, right, that 9 days is not more machbir than Chol HaMoed. So just like Chol HaMoed, it's allowed when there's a sale, right? You're saving money there. So here also. So also on the 9 days it's allowed. So why is that? What is this called? There's a term, there's a hagdara, right? What is this called? Davar ha'aved. You know what that means? You're going to lose money, right? So if you're going to lose money, they say, you're allowed to buy something, now, in order to not to lose money later, right? So that's allowed. Yeah, it's true. What you're saying is emet. It's true, One time my daughter asked me this question, She said, oh, Abba, there's a sale now, so can I buy now? I told her, yeah, you can buy, You want to go? No problem, right? A few years ago, she asked me like this. Whatever. Okay. So it's all good, Baruch Hashem, yeah.
In this time, you can take your parents to the farm?
Oh, good question, yeah. So the question is, in general, right, on Taniyot, right, whether it's Yom Kippur, right, whether it's Tisha B'Av or any other Tanit, right, are you allowed to take medicine, right? This is the question, right? This is what you're asking. Okay. So there is a way to do it, no problem, All you do, if it has no taste, no taste, or it's bitter, bad taste, bitter, So there, right, you're allowed to swallow it, no problem, because you're not enjoying it. There's no enjoyment, right? If I always tell people, like I can swallow pills without water, Can you do that? No. Okay, well, God bless you. I can do it, So I don't need water to swallow pills. I can swallow them without any water, no problem. I don't know. I guess I have a lot of saliva in my mouth. I don't know what it is, whatever it is. I don't know.
Rabbi,
If you can't, you can take a little bit. Yes, just to swallow. Yeah, a little bit, right? But don't make shiakol in the water because you're not doing it for thirst. You know what I mean? You don't make shiakol. Shiakol near what shiakol near? You're doing it taking medicine. You know what I mean? So there's no bracha on that. Right? So as we said, right? You can take if the pill has no taste or it has a bitter taste. You're allowed to take it on the Tanit, right? Doesn't matter which Tanit it is, it's all the same. It's all the same. Yom Kippur, Tisha B'Av, all the same thing, right? But what about if it has a sweet, taste, the pill, right? Or the capsule, sweetness, So, there was one rabbi over here in Queens, his name was Rav Scheinberg. He was the mashgiach in Hafetz Chaim, right? So he was a posek, and then he moved to Yerushalayim. He opened up a yeshiva over there. So he used to say, the best thing to do, if the pill has a good taste, what do? cover it, with some tin, with some cellophane, or some paper, and swallow it like that. This way you don't get the taste. This is what you do, Just cover it, little cellophane, right?
It's not gonna dissolve in your stomach.
It's okay. Don't worry. The stomach has a lot of acid there. It's very strong acid over there. It'll destroy it. Believe me, it'll destroy it. No problem. It'll take care of it. Don't worry. Whatever. Your stomach has the right tools. It has the tools there to take care of everything. Don't worry. No problem, right? And you're not going to get a stomach ache, if you swallow a little bit cellophane, a little bit. If you swallow a lot, you're going to get a stomach ache. Yeah, but a little bit, just to cover the pill. There's no problem with that, right? So that's what you do, If you have something which has a good taste, cover it, whatever, and you do it like that, right? So there's a way to take medicine. There's no problem with taking medicine on Tanit, right? There's no problem. No problem whatsoever. So yeah, so that's that, right? So I wanted to tell you, right, also, I'm not sure if I'm going to, right, sometimes the rabbi's darshaning, so I'm not here, darshaning. So I want to tell you about next week, right, also a little bit. So next week, we have, right, Shabbat. Every Shabbat, everything is allowed, right? Normal, everything normal. No problem, right? Shabbat, you can do whatever you want to do, as you usually do, right? No averut on Shabbat. That's for sure, right? So that's one thing, right? But then you have Sunday and Monday before Tisha B'Av, 2 days, right? So there, right, there's a prohibition. There's three things, that you cannot do, right? No bathing, right? No haircuts, shaving, right? And also no laundry. Those are the three things you cannot do next week. This week you can do. So if you have laundry to do, make sure you do everything this week, right? Don't wait till next week, and say, oh my God, I don't have this, I don't have that, Okay, so do it now, make sure, right, you're finished, You should know, right, but the Ezra, a Sofer, he made a takana, it says in the Talmud, that you should do the laundry. Which day is the good laundry day, right, according to halakha? Anybody know? Which is the laundry day? Thursday. Yom Chamishi, right. You're supposed to do laundry on Thursday, Lechatchila, this is the best way to do it. Not because you cannot do, Friday. You can also do Friday laundry, but Thursday is the best day, because why? Friday, we want you to get ready for Shabbat, cooking and, cleaning the house. So you don't have time for laundry so much, you know what I mean? So we want you to do on Thursday. This is the best way to do it. Okay, whatever, but anyway, right, the point is, this week you can do laundry, right? And don't wait till next week, and, so those three things, right? Next week it's not going to be allowed, So the minhag is, by the Sfardim, they take a cold shower, on the Sunday and Monday you can take a cold shower, right? Not hot. But the truth is, there are some poskim say you can even do a hot shower. Yeah. They say, that whatever you cannot do by yourself, you also cannot tell a goy. This is the general rule, on Chol HaMoed. So same thing also over here, Same thing.
No issue to do for kids.
Oh, for little children, right? Yeah, for little children, they get dirty all the time, So even on Chol HaMoed we allow that, All Kol Sheken, all the more so, we're going to allow it on the 9 days and the week of. Yes, yeah, true. What you're saying. So things like that, you're allowed to. Yeah, he's right. What he's saying. Right? What does that mean? Socks, underwear, right? Children's clothing.
There was the thing not to wear fresh clothes also, no?
Yes, he's right. Right. Also, right. Next week, you're not allowed to wear newly laundered clothes or newly, things like this. Right. So what they tell you is, wear them on Shabbat, for a little bit, and then right, it's going to be already used. It's not fresh. So this is what you do, right? Wear it on Shabbat. But with underwear and socks, you don't have to do that. Right? According to Maran Ovadia, Ben Ish Chai, he was machmir about this, but Maran, he was lenient, and he's right, of course. There's no reason to be machmir about that.
I heard also that you can give it to a few minutes to somebody to do it, and then the person getting disgusted over it. So you don't need to be half an hour.
Yeah. If it's used, it's used. Whatever. If somebody used it for half hour, it doesn't matter who it is. But the thing is, what he's saying, you have to know one thing, right? Which is that on Shabbat, okay, you have to know this halakha. You're not allowed to change your clothing for no reason, because it's like a tircha, you're doing exertion. So what they say, right? In order to avoid this problem, what you should do is like this, when you go to sleep, Friday night, right, Erev Shabbat, right? Then in the morning, put another shirt, Now you have two shirts, ready to go, right? You understand? Same thing, like that, right? Now put up new, and then when you take a nap, let's say, right, in the afternoon, you can put another shirt, right? So now you have 3 shirts already, which are ready to go, which is, you're ready for the whole week, right? No problem, right? You got everything prepared. That's the way to do it, But when it comes to underwear and socks, you don't have to do that. Why? Because these are things which get dirty all the time. That's the reason why. ברוך ה' לעולם, אמן ואמן. רבי חנניה בן קשה אומר, זה הקדוש ברוך הוא, זה כל ישראל, לתיך הכי בן להם תורה ומצוות שנדון לחפש, למען צדקו יגדיר תורה וידיר.